tackling the supply and demand issue cannot be met by hiring alone. Reskilling your workforce is a complementary strategy to hiring as it focuses on totally different pools of talent, your current employees. And the benefits of reskilling are absolutely extensive for companies. Reskilling is lower cost and lower risk than hiring as it removes the risk of a bad hire. And Tony Hsieh, CEO of Zappos, who went on to be bought by Amazon, once estimated that bad hires had cost the company well over $100 million. Employers will create motivated, loyal employees, increase retention, and increase brand perception. And employees with internal mobility are 2.5 times more likely to stay than other employees. That tenure increases from 2.9 to 5.4 years. Therefore, in this graph from LinkedIn Learning Workplace, it's not really surprising to see that reskilling is a top priority for all L&D professionals globally. Reskilling is so critical to the success of the global workforce that the World Economic Forum has created a gigantic initiative called the Reskilling Revolution. Zadia Sahidi, who is Managing Director of the World Economic Forum, has said that by mobilizing industry leaders, government, international organizations, professional networking platforms, online and offline staffing firms, education and training providers, the reskilling revolution is aiming to provide better jobs, education, and skills to 1 billion people by 2030. And some of the founding businesses are listed here, and their pledges include Coursera, who is committed to upskilling 10 million global workers by 2030 in high-demand domains of data science, technology, business, and soft skills. And PwC will upskill each of its 276,000 people. And Salesforce has committed to help train 1 million people. So how do you create a reskilling and upskilling strategy? Well, there are a number of aspects and approaches to tackle this within your organization. Some more formal than others. So upskilling your workforce via a learning and development program is probably the most obvious way to go. And this entails analysis of training needs, for example, skills gap analysis, specification of learning objectives, design of training content and methods, and mentoring and evaluation. But job rotation is also a key technique in job redesign. This is the practice of moving employees between jobs in an organization. It can be an excellent way to transfer specific skills, knowledge, and competencies, and lateral moves are typically the most common. And job enlargement. This involves including additional activities within the same level to an existing role, more varied activities within a current job. And job enrichment is a process that is characterized by adding extra dimensions and levels to existing jobs. Examples include increasing the skill expectations, creating more autonomy, and giving feedback and increasing the scope and remit. And then there's peer coaching. That's another way to go about upskilling your employees. So 2 or more colleagues can work together to, among other things, expand, refine, build new skills, and teach one another, and also solve problems in the workplace. And then there's peer mentoring. And there's a distinct difference between mentoring and coaching in this context, with mentoring being with much more experienced employees who are teaching skills and knowledge to a less experienced worker. The mentor provides guidance. It can be formal, tracked, and against specific timelines. And then finally, you can hire external experts or specialists in outsourcing. You can buy in people with the exact skills, competence, that you need, and then by teaming these experts up with the people within your company, you can create an upskilling opportunity. And knowledge transfer can also be made a condition of the service.